Hey guys. Oh, awkward. Okay, let's put it this way. Hi, my little scorpions. Welcome to the Conjurer's Table. It is me, Lucian, and today's topic I'm going to be doing, as my title states, hashtag October YouTube Pagan Vlog Challenge. I hope I put that correct in the title. I think I did. Anyways, this vlog or hashtag was actually started by Tree Bewitchery. Woohoo! So I decided to do this, and I'm doing it a little bit differently because this hashtag was actually meant to be an everyday thing starting from the first day of October to the last day of October. And as it's almost the end of October, I am actually going to do all of this in one go. So it's meant to go from like day 1, day 2, day 3, and so on. And I'm just going to do everything at once. So first, I'm going to say hello to everyone. Hello, Trevor. Hello, October. Hello, Shauna. Hi, Linda. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Denise. Hi, Justin. How are you guys doing? Hi, Steven. Oh, Steven, I thought you weren't going to come on the live. I thought you were going to take a day off. Okay, so let's quickly get started. Before I actually start the hashtag very quickly, I'm just going to open up something I received today in the mail. I already know what it is, and I'm super thrilled. And I will explain what I'm going to do for my next video to explain the reason why I received this package today. Hello, Walking My Path. How are you? We have really strong winds today, so might lose you a few times. That's okay. Hi, Janice. Yay! So I got a box. Cool Steel and Beyond is the name of the company. So what is in the box, you ask? Damn it, I need scissors. Grr. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm just going to use my keys because I'm resourceful that way. Hopefully that works. Let's try using a key that's actually not important. Oh, I think I got it. Oh, damn, this is held on tight. Hold on, let's get the other side. Okay. Ooh, within the box, we have a black package. What is in this little satchel, you ask? It is, ooh, this is pretty. Oh my God, you guys. So, this is, oh my God, it's gorgeous. So I got an awesome little pendant that is a scorpion. Oh, I'm looking wrong way. It's a scorpion, as you can see. And then the little stinger right over here. And it comes with this awesome long chain. Yes! Look at that! And it goes with all my other little pendants. Yes, mama, my little scorpion. So what I'm going to do tomorrow, or probably the next day, because I forgot Dave goes on live, or I might just go live after Dave. I'm actually going to do a video on the symbolism of the scorpion and why the scorpion is my totem, and why I decided to call you guys, instead of my scullies, my little scorpions, because I just think scorpion sounds way more awesome. Even though I have like 50 plus scullies, I still love the scorpion more. So hello, Angela. Hello, Sarana. Yes, actually, Sarana, in my live tomorrow, I'm going to be talking about the scorpion because it does actually have significance in the African sense. I could say religion because it's not really the religion of the scorpion. It's just what I saw. Okie dokies. So let's get started with the hashtag. So this is going to be a very quick one because if I take forever on each little one, we're going to be here forever. So I'm literally going to spend like probably a minute on each word, and it's literally just a word, and it's going to be talking about how it connects to me and the importance and what I view each word. So let's get started, guys. Number 1, hands. Hands. So to me, yes, hands do symbolize giving and taking. But to me, there's a little bit more to just hands being about giving and taking. To me, hands are an extension of your essence and who you are and your magical energy. When you think about it, healers, as such as myself, have powerful energy that radiates through their body from their soul and comes out from their hands. When you think about creating spell work and stuff and using herbs, when you're mixing things, you're infusing your energy and your power through your hands into whatever herb or item that you're working with. So that is what hands means to me. Hi, Angela. Oh, I said that already. Hi, Rain. Number 2, change. Change is something that has been a constant in my life because I have lived and traveled to many, many different places around the world. So I'm actually very, very adapt to change. Change to me is about adapting to your surroundings, being ready for positive or negative change, whether it's within your life, whether it's moving to a new place. And change is important in my life because with all the different places I have traveled and lived, it's allowed me to be open to many different kinds of cultures. And growing up, even though I've traveled and been from place to place to place throughout my life, it's allowed me to experience different cultures. And that's what I find so beautiful within all the different times I've had to move in my life. Hi, Melly. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Fairy. Number 3 is the moon. Now, the moon to me represents intuition. It represents, I'm thinking more of like a tarot aspect of the moon. Moon can also mean the essence of push and pull. For example, when you think about it, the moon controls the tide. It pushes and it pulls. It can also represent duality between push, pull, light, dark. What else about the moon? Moon can also symbolize many things. Like, for example, in witchcraft, there are a lot of deities that represent the moon itself. Number 4, believe. Now, to me, belief is very important because within witchcraft, within any spiritual practice that you do, it all centers around belief and intention. You have to believe that what you're doing will work. Or else, if you don't have that belief and that faith, then whatever spell you're casting just simply won't do anything because you don't believe in the power of it working and changing and manifesting. Hidden secrets. Exactly, Sarana, for the moon. For divination, number 5. I do divination. I love divination. There are many, many different forms of divination. And as we know, a lot of the time people believe that divination is about seeing into the future, using your third eye. Are you in the beyond? No, to me, divination isn't about foreseeing the future like in Hollywood. To me, divination represents being able to take your past, present, and future and be able to take that path and know which ways to achieve your goals. It's about being able to affect the outcome or see how to get to that outcome that you desire. And there are many forms of divination. As we know, there's tea reading, there's palm reading. Oh my God, number 5, hands. I forgot about that. 5, I also think, going back to number 1, hands. I also think of palmistry, divination, because you use your hands to divine your future. Sometimes you can use it to read someone, who they are, and essence like that. Hi, Y. Hi, Queen I. Hello, Willow, and hello, where are you? I just saw you. Oh, there you are. Hi, Diane. Okay, so that was divination. Tea reading, palm reading, tarot I do. I'm trying to get into bone casting. I know a little bit about Lenormand. There's crystal ball gazing that I actually want to start getting into. As we know, there's so many different forms of divination. So that's what divination means to me. Number 6 is darkness. Now, I love this word darkness because darkness to me is something that I've embraced. I am naturally drawn to the darkness. I'm drawn to the beauty of darkness and its mysteriousness. Added an extra ness there. But darkness isn't as dark as people think to me. To me, darkness is alluring. It's being unexpected. It's basically hello, I just colored my hair back to my natural color. Um, because that's just who I am. I embrace darkness. Darkness is something that you need in your life. A lot of people are like, "Oh, I don't want to do anything with the dark." But when you think about it, darkness and light actually go together. You require balance of both light and dark to create that balance in life and as a person. So there are some people that may be a little bit darker than others, me being one of them. I don't know. I'm just drawn to the darkness. When you think of tarot decks, I'm always drawn to those like creepy, dark decks. I don't know. Darkness is just so beautiful to me. Queen says, I want to learn pendulum. Oh, yes. Well, actually, that's also another thing that I was thinking of getting into, possibly because I have my own pendulum, which actually, oh, it's over there somewhere. I want to try and get into that too. Darkness holds our shadows. Exactly. As I'm always saying, I'm always lurking in the shadows. Come play with me sometime, guys. Hello, Tammy. Do, 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 do. I saw another comment. Oh, thank you, Shauna. Yes, I actually love that. I'm just, as I said, darkness, I'm embracing it. My hair is naturally this dark, and I was like, you know what? Might as well embrace it. Number 8, random thoughts. I have a lot of random thoughts. Like literally, so today my manager was like looking at me and she's like, "Are you okay, Lucian?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm fine. Sorry, I literally just zoned out." And she's like, "What are you thinking about?" I'm like, "I don't know. I think about random things. Random thoughts flow through my brain." And actually, it's those random thoughts that help me with divination because a lot of tarot and divination is about using your intuitive abilities to take things and symbolisms and look further beyond whatever card or whatever it is you're using. So my belief is having a million random thoughts in your head actually is an asset because it helps you to see things that other people normally wouldn't. And sometimes you can be a little bit weird for having random thoughts. For example, the other day, I don't remember what the random thought was, but I asked Dave a really bizarre question. He was like, "That thought rattled around in your brain for the past 5 minutes?" I was like, "Well, yeah, I was just curious about it." Without darkness, we would not be able to see the stars. Oh, right. That's one thing because stars are beautiful and nighttime is just beautiful. Number 9, path. So path is interesting because a lot of the time with my path in practicing hoodoo and voodoo, a lot of people are curious about my path, my spiritual path, and why I decide to go down the path of voodoo and hoodoo. Now, the reason why I went down the path is because at a time in my life, I felt very, very disconnected from myself. I was stressed all the time. I literally was like about to go insane. I didn't have a spiritual belief, and it was something that was missing in my life. I was like, I need some kind of spirituality to help balance myself out. So that's when I was researching all the different spiritual practices, and I came across hoodoo, and I saw that a lot of it was ancestral based. And being adopted, it was important for me to connect to my ancestors because I obviously don't live in the Philippines. I was born in the Philippines, but I was adopted. So I don't know who my biological parents are. I don't know much about the culture of Philippines, but hoodoo was a way for me to connect to the ancestors and feel like I kind of was connected to them, and yeah, crickets. But yeah, that was the reason why I started to go through my spiritual path of hoodoo. Labyrinth totally came into my head with that song. People make fun of because of my randomness. And you know what, Angela? Randomness is beautiful. I think it is. Number 10, old. When I think of old, I actually don't think of age. I think of wisdom. I think of the old ways. I think of the movie Merlin, if any of you have seen that movie, like the classic movie with that guy who was in Jurassic Park, the first few movies. I think of Queen Mab, who was the goddess of the old ways. Old. Oh my god, old. All of a sudden I think of like marriage. Something borrowed, something blue, something old, and something new. But also old, as you grow older, people are like, oh my gosh, I feel old. I don't see old as age. I see it as wisdom. You have lived a life in which you've learned many things and you've grown from your experiences. You've learned your mistakes. You've hopefully learned from them. You have all these tools that you can utilize in life. So that's what old represents to me. Oh, Sam Neill. Okay, that's awkward. I know his face, but I never knew what his name was, which is weird because a lot of the time when I like actors or actresses, I usually know their names. Oh, that's good, Justin, that you enjoy the path you're on. Hold on. Hello, Luna Rose. No worries that you're late. It's fine. Number 11, incense. I burn so much incense, literally like every day. We have a huge pile of like stick incense and cone incense and loose incense. Our house would not be our house without sage burning every 50 seconds because Dave loves his sage. And I just love burning incense. To me, incense, when I burn it, it serves as that connection to the ancestors. Because when I think about it, we have the 4 elements. I use water to serve as an offering to the ancestors. We have fire that represents purity and purification. I have incense that allows the ancestors to come into our world. It's kind of like that bridge that they have access to when moving between the veil. And then we have air that represents, oh geez, I don't even remember what air represents to me. Awkward. Anyways, so yeah, that's incense and why I love incense. Besides the fact that you can have millions of different smells of incense and everything is just unique and beautiful. It's weird. Everyone around me, even my own age, are saying, oh, I feel old. I don't get it. Well, I will be on that boat. And a lot of days I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like sore. I'm tired. I feel old. But hey, age is just a number, as we all know. You can feel as old as you want or as young as you want. Number 12, brew. Brew, I like to brew lots of things. Hell, right? Like few minutes right before the live, I completely forgot. I just brewed myself a cup of hot chocolate. So good. But as a practitioner of witchcraft, hoodoo, voodoo, I do a lot of brewing. I love brewing my own oils. I love brewing my own rituals. I love brewing mostly oils, because a long time ago, I used to be that person that was like, oh my God, I need to buy every single oil under the sun. And yeah, once in a while, I will buy a specific oil if I'm being too lazy. But I've actually gotten into the craft of making my own oils because it's a lot of fun to take the time to brew your own oils. You feel so proud at the end of it. And it's just fun to experiment brewing different oils and being like, okay, this herb, this herb, this herb. and these oils and how will it turn out? Sometimes they're like, oh, that was a horrible combination. Sometimes they're like, yes, mama, that worked out perfectly. But I don't know. It's just a lot of the time now I've been moving more into really focusing on the things that I have and utilizing making things versus going out there and buying things. Hello, Dawn. How are you? Number 13, superstition. Now, this was an interesting word because I was on Tangerine's Live and Wise Live, and we did a segment on superstition, and it was around Friday the 13th. Was it Friday the 13th? Yes, because it was Friday the 13th, and I think the harvest moon, if I'm correct. Thank you for sharing and how your spiritual path brings you to connect you with your ancestors, Lucian. No problem, Fairy. Hello, Sonia. Superstition. I am not really a superstitious person. Honestly, there's the superstitions of like, oh, don't let like a black cat cross your path on Friday the 13th. Well, guess what, guys? I have a black cat and he crosses my path all the damn time. I will be walking, like having to run to the bathroom. I know, TMI. And then my cat's just like, ooh, I'll just walk in front of you and just take my time. And I will scream like, move, move, move. And he just keeps walking at his pace. But I honestly am not really much of a superstitious person. I don't believe in like, oh, if you crack a mirror, like you're going to lose, like, what is it, 10 years or something like that? I mean, yes, I do have beliefs, but it's like, is there a fine line between believing in something and being superstitious about it? Because when you think about it, my practice is very kind of by the book. Like, for example, they believe that when you go into a cemetery to collect dirt, you have to do it a certain way. You have to leave offerings. You have to go in one way, exit the other way, in fear that if you exit out of the way you came in, then a spirit will be able to follow you back because they know the path you took. It's like, what's that? I don't know. It's just weird. Yeah, I don't know if that's superstition or if it's just belief. Superstitions can have a dual meaning. Some of them are rumors created by Christians to scare people away from pagan practices. You also have to be superstitious to be a witch to some degree. Well, that's an interesting thing, Sarana, because, I mean, yeah, there are certain things to an extent that, as I stated before, with the whole, well, I guess because when you think about it, I wear chicken feet sometimes because it's the belief that chicken feet. Well, I guess, yeah. Would that be under the category of superstition? Because the belief that a chicken foot can be used to protect you on your travels, or laying down red brick dust to keep out negative energy and people who wish you harm, or taking railroad spikes and nailing them down on all four corners of your house to protect you. That's very interesting thought. Right? It's like ritual versus superstition. Number 14, spell. So as we all know, I am a voodoo practitioner. I am also a witch. I do cast spells all the damn time. So spells, that's actually interesting. When it comes to spell work, I do a lot more healing work, protective spells. I don't do a lot of love spells because I'm married, so it's not like I need to cast a spell to get a man because I already got one, damn. But I mean, sometimes I will do a love spell to help strengthen the love between Dave and I. But yeah, a lot of my spell work in hoodoo is a lot more about healing and protection. And then the occasional cross work if someone, pisses you off for a good reason. Number 15, nature. I love nature. Nature is like something I crave because a lot of the time when I'm stressed or feeling down, I turn to nature because being in nature calms me. And it's just, nature's beautiful. When you think about it, it's the essence of hoodoo and witchcraft and all those other spiritual practices because they draw upon the power of nature. We have the four elements: water, earth, fire, air, and then the fifth one, spirit. I just said four, but there's five. And nature plays a big role because when you think about it, a lot of our practices is revolved around using nature. We use herbs, we use curiosities like chicken feet, animal parts. Nature is the fundamental of our practice. Sorry, a random person watching us in graveyards would think we're superstitious weirdos, right? I just realized that, Serana, they'd be like, what the hell? Why did he just exit this place and leave over there when he could have just walked out that person? Why is he sitting there talking to someone he doesn't know and digging up their damn dirt? Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Oh yes, honoring the seasons. When we think about the Sabbats, the cycle of the year, nature. Number 16. I can't read my handwriting. Oh, I once thought ... Okay. So I was just talking to someone the other day actually about the difference between graveyard dirt, cemetery dirt, and church dirt, because I will admit I actually didn't know that there was actually a difference between graveyard dirt and cemetery dirt. I always thought they were the same thing. So I once thought that they were the same thing, and apparently they're not. I mean, yeah, they'll have different or similar purposes for collecting them and using them, but they are actually fairly different. Number 17, witchcraft. Witchcraft was something I used to practice when I was a little kid. Everyone in my family thought I was insane. My mom thought I was a bit weird. And it's funny because a lot of the time, people, when they hear witchcraft, they think, ooh, you must like worship the devil. Girl, no. I do not worship the devil. Witchcraft is beautiful to me. Witchcraft has helped me during my darkest times when I was stressed out, when I felt like my world was too chaotic. So honestly, to me, witchcraft really helped shape who I am today. Because a lot of the times when as I said before, when I feel down or when I feel out of sorts, I always turn to my craft to help rein me back in and balance myself out, as I said earlier. Hello, Debbie. I learned that the dirt swept off gravestones is different from the dirt that you dug up in a graveyard. Actually, I just learned that. I did not know that that was different. I knew that you could use what's that called when you like put something on a piece of paper on top of something that's raised and you like use a pen or something to like get a etching of it. Did I just say what that was? Etching? I think so. But you can use that actually as rituals. I need that October sign behind you. Oh, this one? This I actually all of these I got at Joann's and Michael's. What are some good beginner books? Queen Eye, are you referring to witchcraft books or are you rubbings? Thank you guys. Or are you referring to hoodoo voodoo? Because I have millions of books that I can recommend for hoodoo. Not so much witchcraft. Well, actually, yeah, I could probably recommend some good ones for witchcraft. Actually, guys, that's what I'll probably do in another video is just go through some beginner books for people that are just starting out and want to know the basics. Oh, hoodoo. Okay, so hoodoo, I would recommend New Orleans. Well, it depends. New Orleans Voodoo Handbook by I forgot his name. Kenaz Filon, I think is his name. And then he also has another one that's the Haitian Voodoo Handbook. And then there's also Old Style Conjure by Starcassus. And then there's also, oh my God, October, if you're in here. What's that book that we both have that's by Hoodoo Sen Moise? I forgot the name of it. In China, they have chairs in front of mirrors just for spirits. They never sit in the chair in front of a mirror. When the foreigners would just sit there and wonder why everyone gave them weird looks. One is for communing with spirits, and the Doug stuff is for protection. Oh, okay. I actually did not know that. Number 18, herbs. Obviously, in my practice, I use a lot of herbs. I have so many herbs that they're literally like under tables. They're like in the kitchen. Dave gets annoyed because he's like, seriously, do you really need all these herbs? And it's like, girl, yes, I do. Well, I technically, no, you don't. You can go out into nature and collect the herbs, but I don't know. I have been collecting herbs ever since I started my path, and now I have an abundance. And it's awesome when you find a spell and you look through the ingredients, you're like, I have all the herbs I need. That's like the best feeling in the world. So yes, I use a lot of herbs. Truth is number 19. To me, this word is important in the craft because a lot of the time people are misled to what witchcraft and voodoo and hoodoo are due to Hollywood. So to me, it's important to educate people on the truth of our practice, that it's like, no, we do not worship the devil. No, we do not run around cursing people 24/7. That our practice is really a lot about, as I said earlier, healing, protection work. And it's not as dark as the world makes it to be. So it's my duty to inform people of our true practice and what witchcraft and hoodoo voodoo are all really about. The podcast Down at the Crossroads is a good stick on to learn stuff too. Ooh, I am going to check that one out. Yes, Working Conjure by what was his name? Hoodoo Sen Moise is a very, very good book for beginners. Number 20, food. Honestly, all I think of for food is the Dumb Supper, and that is when you basically make food for yourself and you leave a plate of what you've made for the ancestors. So it's about having dinner with them, leaving them that offering, and it's literally just sitting down and having food with the ancestors during Samhain. Number 21, drinks or drink. I just think of drinking shots and alcohol with my deities because a lot of the deities that I work with require alcohol as a form of offering. So, for example, with Papa Legba, I give him a shot of rum. With Baon Cimetier, I leave him a shot of rum as well. For the ancestors, I leave, can you guess, rum as well. And then my newest member of the ancestral pool that I added was my manager, Darko, who passed away a year ago, almost a year ago. He was only 20, no, not 20. He was 31 years old when he passed away. And he was probably the best manager I have ever had in my life. He was super laid back, super awesome, super chill. He really took the time to understand who I was as a person, not just as an employee. So I added him to my ancestral altar, and I gave him an offering of Tito's vodka because that was his favorite alcohol drink to drink. So now that he's part of my ancestors, I leave him a shot of Tito's rum for as an offering. Do you have one or many altars? Oh gosh, Queen, I have lots of altars in this house. Our whole house is technically one big altar. And as Dave always says, our house, we need to get a new house. I'm like, why? And he's like, because like all we have are altars around this place. We need a bigger house. So Dave has 1, 2, 3, 4 altars. I have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven altars. And then we have a joint Wheel of the Year Sabbath altar. And actually, Dave is going to be creating another altar up where he used to have his singing bowls. So that's what drink means to me. Number 22, stones and crystals. Oh my God, you guys. I love stones and crystals. We have so many crystals. I collect spheres. I collect rough, tumbled crystals. I have a big collection of crystal scullies because I am so drawn to the crystal scullies. They are beautiful. For example, here's one of them. This is my bloodstone scully. I use him in my ancestral altar to represent the connection between me and the ancestors because it's a bloodstone. So to me, bloodstone represents our blood. And Dave has a big collection of rough, tumbled spheres, and he loves his eggies. You are a beautiful soul, Lucian. That is beautiful. You're honoring altar. So sorry about the loss of your friend. Oh, thank you, Fairy. That means a lot. Oh, good night, Sonia. Where are we? Okay. Number 23 is book. Oh, ha, book. So as I said earlier, I guess I can kind of skip this one because I already mentioned a couple of the books that I like to read. Also, if you are looking to dive into witchcraft, a good book that I would recommend is by that awkward moment when it's on the tip of your tongue and you can't remember. It's by Ray Buckland. Is it The Complete Guide to Witchcraft? I think is the name of the book. But yeah. So next one, 24. I have a hard time. Honestly, I have a hard time studying freaking tarot and divination. Not because of my intuitive capability or learning it. It's because I have a horrible need to try and learn 50 things at once. Like, I cannot concentrate on one thing. I'll be concentrating on like writing down tarot card meanings, and then all of a sudden halfway through I'll go back to trying to write down Lenormand. Then halfway through that I'll be trying to figure out my bone casting set. So I have a hard time trying to focus on one thing aspect of divination and sticking with it until I become a really well-versed person in one aspect of divination instead of trying to master all 50 things. You are a great card reader, Lucian. Thank you, Luna. Yeah, I try to. I have learned, honestly, from Dave and his amazing intuitive abilities. I'll admit, when I first started reading, it was very difficult for me because I was trying to look too much into the card and not as a big picture. Once you allow yourself to break away from the actual meanings of the cards and look deep into the picture of the tarot card, it just becomes a lot easier to read with them. And now it's like I can use any deck and be like, ooh, okay, so here's something that I didn't see in the card that I didn't see from a previous deck I was using. So that's what I have a hard time with. 25, growing up. Well, I guess I don't really view that as a childhood because, I mean, growing up, yeah, as I said earlier, I moved around a lot. But I think growing up, to me, it's when you think of the spiritual aspect and your path. It has been an amazing path growing up, learning different things about my path that I didn't know before. Every day is about learning, discovering, teaching, inspiring people. Every day I learn a new way of how I can do a certain ritual. It's about finding different things that inspire you. I mean, when you think about my path, oh my gosh, everyone experiences it. I've gone through times when I've been like, oh my God, I'm not inspired at all. What do I do? to like, oh my God, I have like 50,000 ideas and can't focus on one. And honestly, it's those ups and downs that have really shaped me in who I am today, because you've taken those moments when you feel like, oh my God, what do I do? I can't think of a single ritual. I don't know what I can do to inspire myself. And it really takes you to look out and reach out to different things to really inspire you. Like one time I got inspired by a movie I watched, and that really reignited my passion for what I do. And then I went back into that phase of, oh my God, I'm like not in the mood to do anything. And then I was like, okay, what do I do now? And then it took a class that I recently did um, on just the basics and just going back to the fundamentals that really reignited my passion for what I do. Because when you think about it, as we progress in our own, oh, I'm buffering. Oh, wait, did I just see that? Do, 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 do. Oh, guys, am I buffering? Hi, Willow Creek. I hope not. Okay, moving on. Oh, it's buffering on your end. Okay. Oh, geez, what was I saying? Uh, um, oh, back to basics. When you think about it, as we progress during our practice, we learn, we grow to the point where you kind of forget the basics. So sometimes it's about stopping and realizing, you know what, let's go back to the basics of what we know, because sometimes going back to the basics really helps to reignite your passion. And that's what it did for me. I went back to the basics of my craft, and now I'm inspired again. Number 26, scary. Girl, I am a dark creature. I love my scary movies. Like literally every day, Dave and I will find a new horror movie to watch. And even during Samhain is like my most favorite time of year. We go back to watching all the classics from like Friday the 13th to Halloween to Hocus Pocus. We watch Practical Magic, The Craft, Nightmare on Elm Street, so many horror movies. I am a horror junkie, and it was funny because before I met Dave, I used my mom's Netflix account, and my mom would text me and be like, you know, I can always tell when you're using my account is because I click to the search and all that comes up is recommendations for scary movies. And she's like, where's my romance, Lucian? I'm just like, oh, sorry. So I have gotten to the point now that I've like literally watched every single scary movie on Netflix possible. It's hard to scare me. A lot of the times when I watch things, I'm just like, okay, well, that wasn't too scary because I've seen this already. It's been remade a million different ways. But yeah, that's scary. I love watching horror. I watch horror daily too. Yay, Data! Ghost hunting at next year's Witchypalooza. Yes, we got to talk to Mama Squirrel about that. Horror is awesome, but it can take the energy. My empathy makes it very difficult, right? Like imagine like the scary girls, the stupid dumb girls that are like running and they're like, oh my God, oh my God. And then they trip over like a rock in the middle of a field. And it's like, seriously, like who in real life trips over a freaking rock in the middle of nowhere? No one. But then I guess if people were actually smart in a movie, then there wouldn't really be much of a plot now, would there? Number 27, Alone. This is, I don't really know how to describe this. In my craft, it has been, actually, yes, I can. Let's put it this way. Up until now, I felt very alone in my own practice. And I will admit, there were a lot of times when I wanted to just give up, because in hoodoo and voodoo, a lot of the time when I was in the Facebook groups, I would be asking all these questions, and there were a lot of people that, even in witchcraft today, tell you that you can't practice this because, well, especially in hoodoo, that you can't practice because you are not of African descent, or you can't practice because you don't live in this area, or you can't practice because it wasn't something that you were raised in and wasn't handed down to you. So I got really discouraged and I felt very alone in my practice because I was like, I'm not like a lot of people that were in the groups that were of the descent or they were taught this. I live in a place where it's hard to come by a teacher. And a lot of the time, people were like, oh, you can't learn things unless they were taught to you. So a lot of the times I felt very alone in my practice up until I joined Mama Squirrel's group. And I just felt very blessed because it was amazing to see all these people that are like, you don't have to be alone in your practice. Everyone's supportive, everyone's amazing. And it just is awesome to feel that connectedness to everyone in the group and on this channel, and to feel that connection to everyone, because it's like all of a sudden I'm not alone anymore. I have many people that are supportive of what I do. I have a husband that's supportive of me, that practices with me. So it's like I'm no longer alone in life. BS Lucy, I'm glad you didn't listen to them. It took me a long time to realize that, you know what, I can practice this craft however I damn please. I don't need people telling me how to do things a certain way, because you want to know what? Magic isn't a rule book. You can take that rule book and toss it out the window. Magic is something that resides in all of us. We have the ability and that power to manifest. And it's all basically, magic is just energy that we take, we create, we shape, and we send out into the world. So it's like, who is it to have someone tell you that you cannot use your magic a certain way? Girl, please. Number 28. Oh, duh, what it is. Oh my God, I miss my Pretz. And you're all wondering, like, what the hell are Pretz? Okay, so back in Japan, long story short, when I was a kid, I used to love tomato Pretz. They're these little stick things that came in a box, and they were tomato. Well, they weren't really tomato flavor, but I don't know. I used to love them all the time, to the point where whenever my mom would do her grocery shopping, she would literally order me like 50 boxes of Pretz and store them all in rows of shelves so that I was supplied all the time. And now the only time I ever get my Pretz is when I can either A, afford to order my Pretz, or B, if I get them for my birthday from my loving parents, because they know me so well and know exactly what I want for my birthday. Hi, Mama Squirrel. Oh, hi, Dave. You're here too. Hello, Dawn. Sorry if I said hi to people that came in like ages ago. Number 29, my town. My town's honestly very boring. I mean, it's beautiful. There's a lot of cool paths that Dave and I love to explore and be connected to nature. But other than that, my town's actually quite boring. Good night, Angela. So moving on to the next one, 30 magic. As I said before, to me, magic is an essence. It's energy. It's who we are. We are the epitome of magic, guys. We create magic. Magic is energy. As I said before, and I'm just repeating again, we are magic. And number 31, death/dead. So in the voodoo hoodoo belief, death isn't a time to mourn, as most people think. Like, they think death is the end. In Louisiana, they have 7 days of a ritual to honor people that have passed over, because they believe that it takes 7 days for a soul to officially leave the body. And also, they believe that in order to get to the other side, you have to pass through 7 gates, hence why it takes 7 days. Also, I think of death and the dead. I think of my ancestors and my link to them. And to me, the ancestors help fuel the energy. When I do my rituals and my stuff, I call on I call upon the guidance and the power of the ancestors. I tap into their energy to help amplify my rituals and my magic. And when I was actually first starting out in my practice, I was very, very scared of death and the dead and skulls and bones. And I found it all super creepy. And I was like, oh my God, death freaks me out. But now, to where I am today, I do not actually fear death. Said nobody. Okay, yeah, death is a little bit scary, but I also embrace death because death is not the end. I just think of it as like the death card in tarot, it's a state of transition. You're moving on from one life into another. Death can be beautiful and scary and gory and creepy, but death isn't a period, like literal period. It's kind of like the dot 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 dot. So what next? And the dead are awesome. Zombies, oh, so cool. If you guys go back to one of my previous videos, I actually talked a little bit about the story behind zombies in Haiti. So that, guys, comes to the conclusion of the 31 days in a nutshell in one video on the hashtag October YouTube Pagan Vlog Challenge by Palm Tree Bewitchery. And I decided to do this all in one day because I clearly did not know about this until last night when I saw Shauna, who's in here. Shout out to you, Shauna. She did this hashtag and it was so much fun to watch. Hands are hands. Oh, I'm sorry. So, Mom Squirrel is going on in a few minutes, so I'm going to quickly wrap this up. But Dave's going live tomorrow, and I think I might go live after him because I want to actually do a quick video on the scorpion and why it is my totem and why I've decided to change calling everyone my Scully to my little scorpions and what the scorpion symbolizes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this live. Make sure to hit the like button if you haven't. I'm pointing to it on my screen as if you can actually see it, but you can't. So yeah, make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't. Make sure to check out everyone else's channels. Make sure to, I will plug in my husband. Make sure to check out Dave's channel from the Wizard's Tower. We also have a Facebook group that I want you guys to join. It's called Wizard's Tower, one word. And I will see you guys tomorrow for a chat about the scorpion and its symbolism. So I hope you guys have a fantastic night. Thank you all for joining. And I will see you guys on Mama Squirrel's live for her Tarot Tuesday. Night, everybody.